Welcome to Fanalize This. I'm Joe 5 o'clock somewhere.
And I'm Anthony Perry.
Hold on, AP. Let me fanalize this for you real quick.
Tell 24 to pass the ball.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's not what I'm talking about, man.
Welcome to Fanalize This. It's Thursday, October 17th. I'm Joe 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey, this is Anthony Perry.
And I got lucky enough to be here. I'm Eric V.
We got a lot to talk about today. We'll get into NFL Week 7 matchups. UFC 166 is this weekend. We'll give you a little bit of an NHL update, even though it's early on in the season. Angels got a new hitting coach.
Ooh.
But first, we'll talk some playoff baseball. You guys ready to get into this?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Let's start in the AL. Oh, man. Well, it wasn't much of a game last night, was it?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and I was talking about this off the air with Austin. I'm okay with Detroit winning the game because we are now guaranteed 2 more games of baseball. That's how I'm looking at it. I still think Boston's going to win the series, but they looked pretty bad yesterday. Final score of the game was 7-3 Detroit, evening up the series 2 games apiece.
Well, they started out, it was 5-0. So, you know, you can't really.
It was 6-0 before
really?
Boston scored.
Well,
yeah.
I turned it off after 5. I figured, all right, Detroit's got this game. We'll focus on tomorrow night.
Right. And speaking of which, that game is today at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for the Red Sox, John Lester, Anibal Sanchez for Detroit. Who do you guys got in this game? It's at Fenway, too, by the way, for those who don't know.
Is it?
It's in Detroit.
No, it's in Detroit still.
It's in Detroit.
Is it in Detroit still?
2-3-2.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
2-3-2, and Anibal Sanchez killed them last time.
That's right. He killed him to no-hit ball for 7 innings. And
12 strikeouts. The only
Yeah.
problem he had is he walked 6 people.
Yeah, but didn't Verlander have a very good Game 3 and still lose the game?
Absolutely.
yeah,
So, okay. So it is possible for Sanchez
Well,
to pitch like he did in Game, what was that, 2?
Scherzer pitched in Game 2, 6 innings of no-hit ball with 12 strikeouts. and they
Sanchez,
pulled
that
him.
was Game 1 with Sanchez?
Sanchez and Scherzer pitched.
No, Scherzer pitched the first game.
That's what I'm
Scherzer
asking.
pitched
What game,
Game
did
2.
did Anibal Sanchez pitch?
Pitched Game 1.
That's what I'm asking.
He pitched Game 1. Scherzer
Yeah.
pitched Game 2. And then Verlander was in Game 3. And last night was
Doug Fister, Portland.
Doug Fister.
So they had 3 games in a row where they threw no-hit baseball
yeah,
through
for
5
the first,
innings.
yeah, to 5 or 6, actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, all Detroit's pitchers have looked good except for.
The problem in Game 2, they should not have pulled Scherzer. They should have just let him roll.
Why do you say that?
I disagree.
Well, I think he walked the first batter, and then that's when Leland came and took him out. And then the next 3 pitchers in a row gave up the walks and the hits, and then the grand slam to Poppy. So, you know what? If Scherzer was still in that game, I think that would have been a little bit different.
Was that Game 2 or Game 3?
That was Game 2.
Scherzer was Game 2. Everything I read, from my understanding, though, Leland went out to the mound just like any manager-pitcher situation and asked him, can you go more? And at that point, I think Scherzer had
He said
106 pitches.
he said
and
he was
said
tired.
no, he was gassed.
He said he was tired.
I think
Leland gave Scherzer the call, and Scherzer took himself out.
Right. Well, next time Scherzer don't do that.
Well, no, you got to think with a 5-1 lead that your bullpen can hold that.
Well, you'd like to think that, but, I mean, it just seems like bullpens from every team except for St. Louis, actually, been giving up runs left and right.
Yeah, and
Even
I feel
Boston
like the
did
Tigers'
that.
bullpen all year and last year has just always been suspect to me.
Yeah, always suspect like that, yeah.
But, 106 pitches, I mean, this is a guy that you're expecting. If you're Detroit, you're expecting to get to the World Series. You don't want to risk an injury with a guy like Max Scherzer.
I hear you, but again, I still think he could have left him in there for one more inning just to get past that inning and then turn it over to the bullpen.
I mean, who could have known, though, if you're Leland or Scherzer, that Poppy's going to do what he does there? I mean, that's like a movie.
Well, if
When
Torrey
I was
Hunter
watching
hadn't,
it didn't feel like real life.
if Torrey Hunter hadn't overrun that ball by 1 foot, that ball would not have gone over the fence.
You say overran it.
He overran it. The ball came curled back in on him as he was going towards the fence. And if you notice, when he went up for the ball, the glove side, he had to reach back for it.
Yeah, Torrey made a really bad play on that
Yeah.
ball.
I don't know if he made a bad play. I
He
think
didn't make a bad play. He just overran it by a foot. And
The ball
curled
was
back in.
the ball was 4 feet, 5 feet over the fence because the catcher that caught it didn't catch it right behind the fence. He
No.
was back a few feet.
But it did hit Torrey's glove.
I got a question. How is it not a bad play if it cost Detroit 4 runs?
because you get a guy that's running from the right right corner into right center field, dives over the fence to try to catch a ball. How is that a bad play?
Because he mistimed it and missed it by a foot.
He missed it, but when
He
I say a
still
bad
got
play
glove on
is,
it was
is
a
if
playable ball.
What I'm saying
He
is
should have caught
a
that.
bad play is when he walks back to the fence, puts his glove up, and the ball hits his glove, and he's just standing there. He's running, jumping full speed over a fence trying to catch it, and he misses it. How is that a bad play?
Because he mistimed it, and that's what, a 9-time Gold Glover in the outfielder?
But I'm saying most people don't even get to that or even have an
Yeah, they don't
opportunity
even-
to get it. So I'm saying it's I guess what I'm trying to
Okay,
say
it's
is
not a bad play.
it wasn't an easy play. It
Right.
wasn't something that you just say, "Oh, he's automatically out." I know that.
Well, like I
it wasn't
said,
that kind of play.
If he hadn't overran it, he had to reach behind him to get that, to even get a glove on it.
The ball,
And,
the ball had a tail on it,
had a
absolutely.
tail on
But
it,
how
he
do you?
just overran
But
it
that's what I'm
just a
saying.
little
If you're running toward a ball and jumping, how do you all of a sudden, you're running toward it and the ball tails? That's not. Where's he supposed to stand to catch that?
Well,
I think you're taking more from it.
I'm just saying it wasn't a bad play on his part. He just overran it. He
Okay.
overran it by a foot, and he still had a chance to catch it. It just, the fence stopped him.
I got to
And he
stop you
went
guys. I
over.
still don't understand how that's not a bad play. If an outfielder mistimes something, that's a bad play. It cost Detroit 4 runs
Okay.
and ultimately the game.
I guess what I'm saying to you is this: he made a play on the ball, running for it and jumping. It wasn't a routine play
Right.
at all. So if it's not a routine play, how do you say you just blew it? That's the part I don't get. That's like diving for something and happens to go by you, and you say, "Oh, he just blew that."
I bet you when we get to the National League story, you'll talk about Puig's misplay in the right field in the bottom or in the top of the 9th, though.
You know what I'll say about
I'm
that?
guessing you will.
You know what I'll say
Well,
about that?
wait to say it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
But I'm guessing that'll be a bad play.
But those are different circumstances. Those are different circumstances. What I'm going to say about it is a different circumstance.
Okay, well, we'll
Cheers.
get to that.
Well, Game 5 goes to Detroit. How about that?
You know what?
Who's pitching, Lester?
It's Lester and Sanchez.
See, I don't remember how
Again?
Lester. I don't remember how Lester pitched the first one,
he
but
got shut out.
I think Miggy is hitting the ball a little bit better right now, and I'm
Even though he's
thinking
got an
that
abdominal strain.
he has that and a growing pull or something because he only plays like 7 innings. And he comes out because he can't bend over and really field that well. So I'm looking at them and said because they changed their lineup and they moved guys around, they all hit better last night. Your boy, your right fielder that you didn't like, was what 2 for 3 last night or 3 for 4 last night.
think it was 3
Miggy
for
behind
4,
him was
yeah.
2 for 3 last night. So in their order, how they switched things around because they moved Jackson down to the 8th spot. They actually hit better last night
Hold
than
on,
they had another
that
game.
almost went over my head. Did you
Torrey.
just tell me I don't like Torrey Hunter?
Wow.
Me, an Angel fan?
No,
Torrey
I-
Hunter played for us for 5 seasons, and I don't like
I
Torrey
said
Hunter?
no. I said your boy.
I think he kind of misspoke when he said your boy that you don't like.
That play he made that you
said the
Right.
right fielder that you don't like.
that play. I'm saying because of that play.
I wish he was still my right fielder.
I sure do.
I know about that whole
I
situation.
know you do. I know you do. Oops.
All right, what do you say? You want to move on to the NL?
Move on to
series?
the NL.
All
Let's
right.
go to the part that he matters most to.
You know what? We normally do use this music when we talk NL baseball. But based on what happened yesterday, gotta give the man his props.
Two home runs yesterday, baby. Look at it. No, you can lift your head up. You still got a 3-2 lead in the series.
I'm trying to understand who this music represents right now. I'm just
Adrian
not getting it
Gonzalez.
because it's almost a Latin team, so
I
I don't
mean-
know who.
If you looked at the computer in front of you, you'd see it says Aegon. That's his batting music, man.
Oh God!
Whenever he stepped up to the plate, that's
and
what
you
he
can't
gets.
talk about that game yesterday without bringing up Adrian Gonzalez.
Did I say to you before the season got really going that I told you what I thought of Adrian Gonzalez?
We have to go back.
That he
and
was
get
a
to
very
that.
good first baseman that went to Boston and didn't do well, but when he was in San Diego was a perennial all-star. I already said the Dodgers have all-stars at how many places
Well, the
in
thing
their
with,
team?
with Gonzalez's
I'm with
time
you.
in Boston and all the stories point to, like, he was the one leading the clubhouse against Bobby Valentine getting fired. He didn't want to be in Boston, obviously.
Did they trade him?
They did. Adrian Gonzalez was part of that huge trade that sent Crawford and Gonzalez to Los Angeles.
We're not talking about that.
Or was he a free agent to Boston?
Yeah, was he a free agent to
Oh, you're
Boston, or
asking
did
how
he
did
get
San
traded?
Diego-
The San Diego
San
trade.
Diego traded him, right?
I believe so.
Right. They traded him with one other person to get 3 players or something, if I remember
That
correctly.
sounds right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's good to have him back in SoCal.
Dude, Adrian Gonzalez, the model of consistency.
'Cause
2 home runs yesterday. 3 runs scored.
Because he wasn't a big home run hitter after he
when he went to
after
Boston.
he moved. Yeah, he wasn't. And I was surprised he hit 2 home runs
I think
yesterday.
the fact that, Boston is such a serious baseball town, the actual city of Boston, it's a, big-time baseball town, and they let him have it, dude, every night. Every night when he wasn't performing up to what he would show.
Can we
East
call
Coast
it like
reporter,
it is, though?
East Coast
Adrian
reporting.
Gonzalez sandbagged in Boston. He didn't want to be there.
You think he did that on purpose?
I don't know.
He
He
did
didn't.
do that
You
on
think
purpose
Carl
in Boston.
Crawford did that on purpose?
I don't think he sandbagged. I don't think he sandbagged at all. What I think happened is Adrian is a
Anthony Rizzo.
what's crazy is Adrian was a guy that didn't hit many home runs. He was
No,
a 300
just solid
hitting guy
hitter,
that
yeah.
drove in runs and hit well when he was in San Diego because he's playing in a
What do you
big
mean
park.
not that
right.
many home runs? He's like a 30 home run guy.
He was, and he dropped into the teens.
You're talking about just the year in Boston, though.
Yeah, his time.
He
His
spent
time.
2
Well,
years in Boston.
a couple years in San Diego, he didn't hit many home
Sandbagging.
runs.
You can't get a good rolled taco that far north.
Wow.
I'm just saying. The
You
man
could-
is proud of his heritage.
You
and
could
he
get it
likes his
fried,
food.
couldn't you? I mean, I'm sure he had carnitas rolled up from Southern California somewhere.
Quick update here. A friend of ours handed us this note. The Sox gave up Anthony Rizzo to get Gonzalez.
Okay, so it was a 1-for-1 trade. All right. Well, I can't believe Anthony Rizzo was even worth the talent of
They
Gonzalez.
probably didn't want it. San Diego couldn't re-sign him. I mean,
I
San
see
Diego.
what you're
San Diego's one of those towns they don't pay much for players. So you're not going to pay Adrian Gonzalez what he believed he was worth on the open market. But Boston gave him a big contract, or someone did, because he's in the
It had to
middle
be
of a
Boston.
contract.
Yeah, it
Oh,
had to
yeah.
be
It was
Boston 'cause
Boston.
That's when they traded
Yeah.
him.
We always talk about on this show about players wanting to go home. A guy like Adrian Gonzalez, he will always be a Southern California baseball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy grew up. He split time in Tijuana and Chula Vista. Like, he's supposed to be in Southern California, and
Hey,
it's
there it
working
is.
out pretty well for the Dodgers.
So far, so good. Anyway, but
So Game 5, though, the final score was 6-4. Jansen got a little shaky in the ninth, almost let it get away, but the Dodgers did end up forcing a Game 6. We're now going back to the Lou.
back
Got
to the
Waka
lead.
and Kershaw in Game 6.
That's going to be another hell of a game.
Another 1-0 final.
Probably, you know that, but I'm going for the Dodgers.
Oh, I'm definitely going for the Dodgers. The only thing that bums me out is we're going to be wrong. We said Dodgers in 6. Now it's going to be Dodgers
It's
in
gonna be
7.
Dodgers in 7. The only thing is, I want them to win because I don't want Michael to get another 2 sandwiches from me.
What it sounds like is you don't like paying your bets, but that's okay.
What do you mean? I don't mind paying my bets. I just hate paying them. How about that? If I lose,
You don't mind or you hate. Seems to be relatively speaking
I don't
the
mind
same.
paying them. It's just that I hate to have to lose like
Yeah,
that.
I know. Well, maybe you
That's
shouldn't
a
be on the
tough
wrong
break.
side of the
Yeah,
bet.
well, next time we'll find out, won't
Yeah.
we?
And what were we talking about? That right fielder.
Wait, real quick, though, what I wanted to point out about your Cardinals, when they do blow a 3-1 lead for the second year in a row, they'll be the first team in all of sports to
Ever-
blow a 3-1 lead
Well, 2
years in a row.
Yeah, they've done it before, so I guess they're used to it right now.
Yeah.
And it made me nervous because I told you when I was listening to the game and they were in the first inning, bases loaded, no outs, and they don't score.
Yeah.
I said, that's a bad sign. I'm done with this game. I
done
already
with
knew.
this game.
Yeah, I already knew it was done. But what were we talking about that right fielder that overran the ball that he said he lost in the sun?
We're talking about Puig's bad play.
Puig.
Because that was
Puig.
definitely a bad play.
The fact that he missed the ball wasn't bad. It was what he did after he missed the ball that was bad to me. He put his head down and he basically walked to the ball, picked it up, and threw it in. He seemed like he
How
just
come they
said,
didn't
F
bench
it.
him for that?
And I'm surprised they didn't because I was told he and Agon actually were trading words on the field because he was trying to get him to move in closer on the play, and he told him no, and he wouldn't do it. So when the ball was hit to him and he misplayed it, when he went to get it, he walked over to it and just kind of lobbed it in. I heard the fans in right field were booing him like crazy because he did a really lazy thing.
St. Louis scored 2 runs in the ninth, right?
2 runs in
runs
the
in the
ninth,
ninth.
yes.
You know, you got to kind of figure with Jansen coming in a 4-run lead, Yasiel Puig was already on the plane to St. Louis.
Mentally? You
Yeah.
think he was already there?
He was already on the plane.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for somebody.
It's rookie
Well, you know what?
mistakes, and he's made
He'll
quite a
learn
few of
that,
them.
You know what? And I'm sure those people are going to take him aside in the offseason, whether the Dodgers win or lose, and they're going to grill that boy.
They're not going to grill him. They got to educate him. You got to think. They said most people in his situation learn how to play baseball in the minor leagues, or at least understand how baseball is played on the major league level. He doesn't have that experience.
Right.
He's
Came
coming
from
right
Cuba,
in.
yeah.
So he's playing however he played in his Latin countries. And he's like, whatever. I'm excited. I'm doing what I'm doing.
You know, I think
Leave
it's
me
going to be
alone.
funny, though. In 3-4 seasons down the road, it's going to be a thing where people go, hey, remember all the rookie mistakes Yasiel Puig used to make? And he's going to be one of the best players in baseball.
Well, let's hope for the Dodgers that he's one of the best players in baseball.
Well, they paid enough for him, so yeah, they hope
Yeah,
so, too.
they did pay enough for him.
Well, $42 million, 6-year contract. So what do you do with a rookie?
Yeah, I want to ask AP this, though, the Cardinal fan of the group here. Do your Cardinals close it out in 6, or are we getting a Game 7?
I got to tell you, I am nervous about this game because, like I said, it's hard to beat a guy over and over and over. They beat him 3 times. They have beat Kershaw now 3 times this year. And I'm saying he might be due. And he's pitched well against the Cardinals, and he's lost 3 times.
Well, you got to remember the '88. You remember the '88 NLCS with the Mets and the Dodgers?
Yes.
If they did a breakdown. If the Dodgers played the Mets every game for a whole season, it would have been 150-12. All right.
In whose favor?
In the Mets' favor.
Okay.
All right, and then the Dodgers come in and win in 7. So you know what? You can't count the Dodgers out regardless. So
I'm not counting them out. I just don't think they're going to win.
So you're saying it's over in 6?
I'm saying it's over in St. Louis. I'm just hoping
So-
that it's
Oh,
over in 6. I'm just hoping it's over in
He's
6 because I don't want to see 7.
He doesn't
Okay,
want to
Because
see
I don't
7.
want to see the nerves that come out in Game 7 and the Cardinals get tight. Why? Because Alan Craig is not playing, and I really wish
He's not
he was
playing
playing
at all?
He hasn't played in the playoffs at all.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
It's a
He,
foot.
he rolled his ankle at the beginning of September.
See, my bad.
Ligaments and all
See, I thought I knew.
So for
about
those of
that
you who
stuff.
weren't able to read between the lines there, that was St. Louis Cardinal fan AP pretty much saying this game, or this series is going 7 games,
He's
and Dodgers are
praying.
going to take
This
Game
guy's
6.
praying.
I say Waka wins this game. I'll say it right now. Waka goes out and pitches another spectacular game,
champ.
and they
Flicky
beat
flip.
them.
That guy's on
2-1, 2-0. Waka wins in 6.
Dodgers in 7, Kershaw with the win tomorrow night. Take a quick break, talk some football.
Can I help you? Can I help you? What do you do? I do it all. Have a seat. I will because that's something I can do. Do something. Do something. I am. I did. What did you do? Done. What did you do? I helped you. Are you drunk? Not drunk enough.
Oh, week 7 in the NFL. Man, it's flying right by.
6-0 Chiefs.
Yeah, you know, real quick, I want to talk about our picks from last week, and then we'll go on and get into this week.
All right.
Really, none of us did very well last week.
You did better than both of us. So.
Yeah, but I still didn't do well. Eric V came in third, 6-9.
Scandalous.
AP 7-8, and again, I'm not proud of it, but I went 8-7. So it wasn't a very good week picking games.
Yeah. Maybe
But we'll
do
try it
better
again this
time.
week.
Yeah.
Let's do how we did last week. We'll start. We'll go Sunday through the Monday, and then we'll finish with the Thursday night game again. Because I know you want to talk
Sounds
about that
good.
one. Okay. This should be quick. New England at Jets. Everyone got Patriots.
Oh, man. You know what? My wife picked the Jets.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I am not a Patriot fan. Where are they playing this game?
It's at
in the
Meadowlands.
I'm going with the Jets.
Going with the Jets.
I'm going with the Jets.
I'm going to have to take New
I'm
England
going
on
with
this
the
one.
Patriots.
There it is.
Ah.
There it is there.
Yeah, you know, you kind of figured Amendola was going to stay hurt because he was that guy in St. Louis, but Kenbrell Tompkins is really coming on.
Is Gronk coming back?
Gronk might be back again.
They don't know when Gronk is going to play.
He might be back every game, they say, but I mean, Brady's got some receivers now.
Yeah.
I brought up Tompkins. I like how that rookie looks. And his buddy, too, Dobson, is looking all right, too. So Brady's got some weapons.
Who got that winning pass?
Which game?
Number
against-
85, Tompkins, right?
No, that's Tompkins.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't
Oh,
know
no,
the name,
he's
but-
caught 2 winning passes.
Right,
He's
okay.
got great hands. I have to give him his props.
Yeah,
All right.
and we've talked about before how Brady never really had huge weapons. He's their
So
system
he's got
guys.
the Jets. Remember that.
Yeah, AP's
Yeah,
got
no,
the
I
Jets.
didn't. I'm not going to forget that he picked the Jets over the Patriots. Come on. Now. Why would I forget that?
Well, because hey, he might not remember himself.
No, see, for if you want to try to pull something like that, when I go back and listen to the show, I write down our picks.
That a boy.
So,
See?
so I know the next week you can't come in and go, oh, I didn't pick the Jets. Oh, you
Right.
certainly did, sir. Here it is
Did
right
you,
here.
Do you even listen to the show when you're done?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just checking.
And I should have picked Tennessee, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm certain we're all going the same way on this one. San Diego at Jacksonville. No Cecil Shorts, no Justin Blackman, and a couple other banged up receivers too. Jacksonville's
SD.
got nothing. San
SD.
Diego's going to crush them.
All right, I'll just fold San Diego.
I think Jacksonville's going to give them a game because they've given
They
the
gave
last
Denver
few
a game,
games,
yeah.
they've played well against teams.
Have you read the injury report? There are
Different-
4 injured receivers
Oh, different than last week?
for Jacksonville, and 2
Okay.
of them are Shorts and Blackman. Blackman's
Okay.
really been the only player in Jacksonville since coming off the week suspension.
I got
Out of
you.
control.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to ask AP this one first because we already know Eric's answer. Houston at KC.
Oh, I'm going KC. Houston is a bud.
You know
It's the
what?
bomb.
Houston is really bad. Now it's TJ Yates. Schaub might be back. He's horrible anyways. I'm looking at your Chiefs' schedule going up to their bye week. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be 9-0 going into the bye week.
Dude,
But what happened last time? They were 9-0 going into the bye week.
Dude, they finished the season 10-6. Didn't win the division because San Diego won that division in 2003, and then lost the playoff game, the wild card game against Baltimore. So yeah,
Chiefs might want to drop one before the bye week. Might be a bad omen going 9-0.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it would be it's only the second time they've gone undefeated to start a season in their history. So it could be they could be turning the page with this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one too. I think the Chiefs are for real. I got them going 7-0.
Get down.
Okay, Cincinnati at Detroit. I think this is going to be a very good game.
Where is it?
It's at Detroit, and based on that, I'm picking Detroit. This
So
one was
am I.
a coin toss. With a coin flip, I usually go home team.
Yeah, I'm picking Detroit too.
Is Megatron playing? Or do you know if
he's banged up, but I think he's playing. I sure hope so, because I got Reggie Bush in like all three of my fantasy leagues, and if Megatron doesn't play, Reggie Bush does nothing. When they're both out there, Detroit looks like a scary team.
They really do. But again, they lost to the Cardinals. Give me Cincinnati.
It's Cincinnati. Ooh,
Cincinnati.
okay.
I like their defense.
Good.
Buffalo at Miami. I don't know if you guys heard this earlier in the week, but Matt Flynn was just picked up by Buffalo. I heard he might even be starting this game because
Wow.
Emmanuel's still out.
I got Miami,
Yeah, I
dude.
absolutely got Miami.
All three of us.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Chicago at Washington. Washington's just not the team they were last year. You're not fooling anyone with the draw play with Alfred Morris and RG3. RG3's not moving like he used to. I got Chicago in this one.
Dub
However,
Bears.
Cutler's still throwing a pick. I'm going to say to, what's the boy? Used to play for Oakland, everyone else.
For Oakland.
Hall? What's his name? The cornerback for Washington. He's going to pick off Cutler.
I know who you're talking
D'Angelo
about.
Hall.
D'Angelo Hall, thank you. I got D'Angelo Hall picking off Cutler, but the Bears winning the game.
They're playing in Chicago?
They are not playing in Chicago. They're playing in D.C.
I believe DC's got to win a game.
The Bears.
DC's got to win a game. So I'm differently on two. Go.
All right. Dallas at Philly. I got to go with Dallas with this one. Philly looks broken.
That's a tough one, but I'm going to take Philly.
That's two Phillies.
Two Phillies? All right. Okay, St. Louis at Carolina. I wouldn't have
tough.
thought this was much of a game until how the Rams looked last week. This is probably going to be a good game.
You know what? I was thinking, Carolina just might finally get something right. They whooped all over the Minnesota Vikings last week, so I'm picking Carolina.
Yeah, I think Cam's going to beast again and beat the Rams.
Are they playing in St. Louis?
No, sir.
At Carolina.
Let's go Carolina.
All
There
right.
he goes, a sweep.
Oh, this is a joke. Tampa and Atlanta, two not very good teams, but regardless of the injuries for Atlanta, I got to go with the Falcons. Tampa just looks bad.
Just so you know, the wife took Tampa Bay.
I mean, they're bound to win eventually.
But
You
does
got
Atlanta
Doug
have an
Martin, you
offense
got
left?
Vincent Jackson.
The only ones they don't even have a real running game anymore, and TG's. I mean,
I'm going with Tampa Bay. They got to win a game. They got to win a
I
game.
picked
That
Atlanta
coach is
to
going to
win
get
this game.
fired.
No Julio Jones for the rest of the year. Steven Jackson's still injured. Roddy White's been playing injured. You figure they're probably going to, just double team Tony Gonzalez at the line on every single play. Why wouldn't you? But Tampa just looks so bad to me. Their best player's seen the end zone one time, Doug Martin. One time all season.
Yeah, you're right though. But I gotta say Tampa Bay's got to win a game.
I'm going Atlanta.
You
so
figure
we're good.
they got good receivers. I mean, what's the problem?
Who's quarterbacking now?
Who is it?
Russell Wilson's caddy. I'm not kidding. When they both went to Wisconsin, Russell Wilson and him were on the golf team. He was Russell Wilson's caddy, was that man's claim to fame last season. He's now the starting quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Again, I repeat, Falcons for the win. Okay, Frisco at Tennessee. Frisco's going to dominate this one.
At Tennessee.
I like Tennessee.
Locker's still out, too, though. I have no confidence in Fitzpatrick.
Oh no, give me San Francisco.
That'll be three of us for the 49ers.
All right, Cleveland at Green Bay. Cleveland has looked good since trading away Trent Richardson, which is crazy, but
Yeah,
I got to go with Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Dude, Whedon's just shot out, so Green Bay for me, please.
Yeah, had Hoyer not gone down, they might have actually salvaged the season after that trade, but,
Right.
that's unfortunate. And a Cleveland guy, too, out of Brian Hoyer.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah, so that's a bummer for them. But, yeah, Green Bay obviously winning this one. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh
I think
finally
Pittsburgh
got a
puts
win.
together a 2-week winning streak here. I think the Steelers are going to win this.
Baltimore.
I'm a Raven fan.
Okay. I'm a Big Ben fan, so.
I like Big Ben too, but I think Big Ben should have been in jail for 5 years. So
Yeah, I think so, too.
I gotta say Baltimore.
Okay, a lot's been made out of this game because Peyton Manning obviously played so many years for the Colts. Denver at Indianapolis. I still see Denver rolling over the Colts.
Wow.
I don't see him rolling, but I do see him winning.
10-point Denver win.
To me, that's not rolling, but so I can see 10 point too.
Well, against a team as good as the Colts, it's
I picked Denver,
playoff
even though
caliber
my
team.
wife picked Indy.
Yeah,
All right,
but Dumerville's his first game back, right? Not Dumerville.
Oh,
what's the
that's
guy?
right. We should
What's
mention
the guy?
that. Von Miller is
Von
back
Miller.
this week.
Von
on
Miller.
suspension.
Oh, yeah.
Dumerville's in
Denver.
Baltimore. So, yeah, he's back.
Denver.
Denver's got
That's
to win
big.
this game. Yeah.
Okay, Monday Night Football. We got the Minnesota Vikings and the very awful New York Giants. The game's in New York.
Josh Freeman
Freeman starting at quarterback for Minnesota. I think the Giants win this.
I'm taking Minnesota.
I'm taking Minnesota.
You're taking Josh Freeman.
I'm taking
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Why not?
Okay.
New start, fresh
New York
face,
Giants are
new
still
coach.
and what?
Yeah.
Oh, and the season?
But didn't you just pick Tampa?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
I did.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Look at that. I'm just saying. Where does that say? That's Coke.
Which brings us to tonight's game.
Oh.
We have AP's Arizona Cardinals hosting
The Sea Chickens.
the dominant Seattle Seahawks.
Yes. First in
I
their
got
division.
Seattle in this one.
Yes,
no doubt
I took
about it.
Seattle.
If I had points, I would probably take the Cardinals.
Well, the spread is
That's
4.5. So if you had the 5
Oh, is that
points,
all?
you would take
It's
the
just
Cardinals.
4.5?
4.5, dude.
The 49ers were a 10-point favorite. I'm surprised. And they're telling you how bad Seattle plays when they're on the road. That's the thing. They don't play that well.
But they lost that one game on the road.
Give me the Cardinals. Yeah, but they've pulled out 2 games in the fourth quarter. Barely
big
wins.
surprise, you
so
got
I'm taking.
Cardinals.
I'm gonna take
I
the
got
Cardinals.
Seattle.
I believe
Seattle.
Seattle's gonna win. I'm just doing this bet with the heart, not with the head.
Yeah, he's got to
Okay,
bet with
I
the
get
heart
that. I
for
also
the
see
night.
Cutler Palmer getting picked off twice.
See, that's the thing that bothers me. If Palmer throws away from Sherman, the Cardinals they win going away.
That's
Wow.
your Week 7 picks.
There you go.
Check up on that next
Good
week
luck,
and
guys.
let you know how well I did.
Well, I did.
We got a little bit of time left here, about 5 minutes, which is about perfect for these few little stories that I feel like should be mentioned.
Come and get it.
I'm just saying.
So I'm going to go a little out of order here
All right.
because I'm really stoked about this. For those of you who don't know, that's Guess Who's Back by Rakim. And speaking of Guess Who's Back,
that's old
guess
school.
who's back in Anaheim? We got a new hitting coach.
Oh, Don Baylor.
1979 AL MVP for the Angels,
That's
our
right.
new hitting coach, and I hope that works out. I'm pretty excited about that signing right there.
But why did they change their last hitting coach? Hitting wasn't their problem.
No, but you know what? I think that that particular hitting coach wasn't doing.
I can't look at you with a
his
straight
job.
face. All year he talked about how Trout does what he does better than everyone is strike out. Trumbo we know is a strikeout machine, and hitting wasn't the problem.
No, what I'm-
Maybe
what-
not hitting
what-
the ball, but striking out was a problem.
Well,
Don Baylor's not a strikeout guy.
What I'm saying is Don Baylor has been a hitting coach in Colorado and a few other places.
Yes.
Last 3 years in Arizona.
I don't know if he's really improved anybody's hitting as a team, but I will say this: when I look at the Anaheim Angels,
It's interesting you would say that. You
It's
know
called-
who he was
they're
the
called the
hitting
Los
coach for? Wait a
Angeles
minute.
Angels.
Do you know who he was the hitting coach for in 2002?
who
Your St. Louis Cardinals. Thank you. Drive through. Go on. He hasn't made anyone's hitting better.
and who in St. Louis did he help hit?
When did your boy Yadier Molina come up?
04.
Right around that time?
04 is
No,
when he
it
started
wasn't that
playing.
late, was it?
2004.
Matheny was their starting catcher in 02, 03, 04. So yeah.
Okay, there were
So
still
he
good
wasn't
teams.
there. Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't help Pujols become a very good hitter. Edmonds was already a decent hitter. He didn't help. What's my third baseman from Philly that was in St. Louis that was hitting 300 at the time?
my
So I guess what I'm
goodness.
saying
Who the
is
hell was that?
he helps people with their contact mentally if they need something. What I'm saying is the Anaheim has a what would you call a veteran squad of hitters? So I don't see it. I don't see it as the problem. I think the problem was pitching. But
They're gonna learn more patience at the plate with Don Baylor. because
Absolutely, and that's where I'm with on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty stoked on the hiring. Don Baylor back with the Angels.
Yeah.
Let's brush over this real quick. Hello, there's the hitman coming in hard. Real quick here. Because I don't care about hockey in the first 2 weeks. I mean, it's a great sport, but come on.
Yeah.
It's way too early to care, so I'm just going to give you a couple relevant updates here. San Jose and Colorado are both still 6-0. Patrick Waugh is the new coach for
Right.
Colorado. I don't know if you knew that.
Colorado,
AP's Blues are 4-1. My Penguins are 5-1.
The Ducks
Home
are
team
5-1.
Ducks are 5-1, but the Kings not so hot. Starting off 4-3.
Yeah.
But you know, it's early in the season. Everyone could get it turned around.
Go Ducks, and those are Anaheim. The Angels are called the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Nah, screw that, man.
There's no L.A. in Anaheim.
I'm just telling you.
There's Disneyland.
That's the name of the team. And what we got next? NBA?
Well,
preseason?
no, actually, we're not going to be talking about NBA because UFC 166 is this weekend. I feel like Michael should be here for this one.
Yeah, but he's not. He's
No.
busy with his fantasy football stuff or fantasy basketball.
So speaking of UFC 166, if you didn't know, the main event for that one is part 3 of Cain Velasquez versus Junior Dos Santos. They've both beat each other once. They're actually each other's only loss in the history of the UFC. That's Saturday from the Toyota Center in Houston. And the pay-per-view starts at 7 p.m.
Is it a 5-rounder?
Pacific Standard Time. It's a title match, so yes, it's 5 rounds.
Oh, well, I say it's a draw.
I am actually going to go with Cain Velasquez.
You're crazy.
I didn't know any Brazilian music, so I'm going with Cain Velasquez because I had the Egon music in front of me.
Well, that's fine with me.
Should be a great fight, though. The prelims will start on Facebook like they always do around 3:15.
Right.
And, I guess I want to mention one other small thing before I run out of time. Of course, it'll never happen, but we've talked about how we don't like Super Bowl halftime entertainment being pop music all the time. There's a petition online for Guar, who I'm going to see tonight at the Observatory Theater in Costa Mesa, to be the Super Bowl halftime show for 2015. Obviously, they're not very family-friendly, so that's probably not going to happen, but tell me this doesn't make you pumped up and think about football. I mean, does Beyonce and Madonna make you think football?
Is this the only song they got?
Oh, yeah, they got one song. They've been around for almost 30 years, man. No, they don't have one song.
Just checking, sir, because I never heard of them until you mentioned it.
No, Beyonce.
Oh, I don't believe that for a second.
No, Beyonce was in for the sex appeal. I don't understand. Pop music is really not that much part of the Super Bowl. They went to all those old groups that what I didn't
They went to
understand.
Prince, Rolling Stones.
Anyways, we did a whole segment on that, and that's not what you said back then. I'll have to pull the tape for you after the show.
Not only that, not only pull the tape, you got to play it next week. So that
No,
we
I
can
said
hear it.
Beyonce had to be in for sex appeal.
No, I think the whole segment was about how Super Bowl halftime entertainment is for women, was what the whole bit was
Yeah,
about.
that's pretty
and we
much
both
what it's
agreed
for,
on that.
yeah, you're
It
right.
has nothing to do with sex appeal. It has to do with women watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's why Madonna was the year before.
But that would be for guys.
No. I don't think a
don't
50-plus-year-old woman with chicken
No, I'm
arms
talking
is
about her.
attractive.
No, I'm talking about Madonna. I'm just saying it was this. I'm talking about Beyonce for the sex appeal.
I want to thank you guys because I graduated today from the Academy of Radio and Television. I thank you guys for giving me my first shot on a radio program.
Well, you're welcome. We're about out of time here at Finalize This. I'm Joe 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey, this is AP.
And this is Eric V saying peace out.
Peace.
How is... We're off.